From the Stereo Sound Records Studios, this is the Mosh Pit Podcast. Here is the host, Wes Everett, bringing you the best in new alternative rock and roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wes Everett. I am the host of the Mosh Pit Podcast. You're listening to episode 210. I'll give you a reason why that's significant shortly. Today's an announcement episode, but I'm not going to bog things down with me talking and doing all my normal shtick. I am going to come from the heart and tell you guys that this has been fun. This has been the most fun I've had in a long time doing this podcast. Now, there's an announcement coming shortly. I'm not going to bog it down at the very beginning and depress everyone. I'm going to wait and stick it somewhere in the middle of a couple of loud songs so it just kind of goes in and goes out and you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. So, at the top of the hour, you just heard Insular with Heaven's Bane. This is a badass band. These guys are loud, and that's what we like around here. Up next, I'm actually going to play a band that hasn't been a band in a few years. They actually broke up on my birthday in 2018, 2019, somewhere back then. This is Anyone's Guess with So Long. So this episode is going to bring in a lot of bands that I have worked with previously and ones that I haven't gotten to work with. So it's going to be a mix of new blood, old blood, and just some really good stuff. I'm recording this actually the day after I got back from Tallahassee. I had to drive to Tallahassee for work. One day, got up at 4:30 in the morning, drove down. I was on site by 10 a.m., gone by 12, and back home by 5:15. That's a long day to do really nothing. And it's part of what the reason for this episode is, because I have been toying with this idea for a while, and I really feel like now is the time. Either do it or shut up about it. So I'll get to that in just a few minutes. Here's another band that's been with me for a while, and just straight up good guys. I enjoy talking to them. Hell, I probably talk to them more than I do some of my best friends. And that's From the Pub to the Graveyard. Here they are with Forgive Me.
Cover me in your memory remains. Oh no, please don't run away. Get out right here, and this is where you'll stay. This is your home now, this is where you'll lay. deep, but how could no return? No place to turn is with the devil. We will fucking burn. I need you a hole in the cell of the conversations leading up, and there was time to tell her, but we'll find a way to get over it. Sleep well, my darling, rock the hill. I'll just keep running so you'll never find me. I'll just keep running, leave no trace behind me. Keep digging deeper just to hide the body. Oh, please forgive me. Everything is changing now. Sometimes I wondered how you never saw this side of me. Always wondered how fast you bleed out. And it took a while enough time for my thoughts to compile. And I will look your back just as I found it. Watch your eyes roll back into the ground you went. I'll just keep running so you'll never find me. I'll just keep running, leave no trace behind me. Keep digging deeper just to find the body. Oh, please forgive me. Oh, please forgive me. Oh, please forgive me. Oh, please forgive me.
Maybe if I had something to say. Butterfly effect from the last 3 days now. Maybe if I had something to say. I used to have a soul until I threw it away. There's shadows on the wall, wish I would've ran. Gotta get away, I hope you understand. I try to hide my face like a wanted man. Maybe I'll be gone before you count to 10. I made up my mind this evening. I'm taking the last drink while my conscience leads me. I'm taking the last. I'm ready to let you go. I'm ready to let you go. I'm ready to let you go. This time is the last. This time is the last. Maybe if it went another way, I wouldn't be regretting the decisions that I made. I don't want to spend another day looking for somebody that I know I can't replace. My tears for you, don't miss me. Put me out my misery. Think my heart is history. I think I'm broken, nothing can fix me. I made up my mind this evening. I'm taking the last. Drink while my conscience leads me. I'm taking the last. I'm ready to let you go. I'm ready to let you go. I'm ready to let you go. This time is the last. This time is the last. We're about to fall apart, but I can't
forget you. But I'll never forget you. No, I'll never forget you. Feels just like yesterday. We were so tight. We took the world by storm. We were alive. Never imagined we'd get off this ride. You chose to walk away and give it up, and now it's mine. I'll have to go on alone, but I'll never forget you. I'll have to go on alone, but I'll never forget you. I'll have to go on alone. Will I ever forget you? I'll keep on dreaming of what I am. I'll have to go on alone, but I'll never forget you. Feels just like yesterday. You said goodbye. I never thought I'd feel so lost inside. I didn't plan this, but now it's my time. You might have walked away, but I'll give it my whole life. I'll have to go on alone, but I'll never forget you. I'll have to go on alone, but I'll never forget you. I'll have to go on alone. Will I ever forget you? I'll keep on dreaming of what I own. I'll have to go on alone, but I'll never forget you.
I've been trying to get a hold of you so we can give your stuff back. My stuff hasn't been delivered, so I guess I'm locked. I don't know if you'll even get this.
That was Pushing Veronica with Forget You. And before that, you heard Chasing the Sunshine with Maybe. Now back to the episode. So what it boils down to is being on the road as much as I am and being as busy as I am, I really don't have time to continue to this podcast. And it hurts. It really does. It's sad to say, hell, I've been doing this thing now for what? Consistently for 5 years, but prior to that, I mean, hell, we launched this idea in 2013. So, I mean, you're looking at almost 10 years, give or take, of sporadic episodes. That was before we actually put boots to the ground and started pushing. And we pushed a long way. I say we because I didn't do this alone. I did not build this podcast by myself. I had James to help. Tyler was there, Amanda was there, Soundcheck, Haley, you were awesome. A couple other people that I know I'll forget if I try to list everybody, but Dylan, Haley, and Jaron, they were part of this thing in the beginning. I'm not going to try to list everybody because everybody has made this whole thing, including the bands. I mean, the bands are the biggest part of this. I had a couch. You guys, look, let me tell you something. Back in 2020 when we first opened, and the week of my birthday, the studio flooded out, and I can't tell you how thankful I am of the people around this town and honestly sharing the same building as us because they helped save so much equipment that if they hadn't been here, this podcast wouldn't have lasted this long. So for them, I am very thankful. Now, the reason I am stepping away, again, I am busy. I cannot keep doing this podcast and keep it as fun as it has been, because it honestly has been a battle these last, few interviews. Granted, you're going to have a dud or two, and I'm not calling anybody out on that, and that's nobody's fault. That's a lot to do with my own fault, because if I get up and I get down here and my mind's just not in it, I'm going to struggle. I have to prep myself, and even with enough research, if I just don't feel it, it's not going to be a good interview. I feel bad about airing a couple of them that I have aired, because they just were not. They were not in the. I don't even know how to say it. I wasn't in the headspace to make it as good as it should have been, and it pains me that the bands kind of got the short end of the stick because of it. Because again, 12-hour drives suck, and they suck everything out of me to want to come down here. I almost didn't want to come down here today just because I didn't want to get up and get down here. I didn't want to get back in a car. It is so long. It's so just, ugh. But on those long drives, I have the music that these bands continue to send me. I've got them on a playlist on my phone, and that's what gets me through. And it always has been the bands that really this podcast has been about. It has not been about me. Yeah, I'm proud of my studio. I'm proud of what I've built. Again, didn't build it alone. But at the same time, I feel like if I step away now, again, this is not goodbye. This is see you around. Because I'm not going to be gone forever. I'll come back. I'll do some one-off shows here and there. If a band really wants to do an interview and they really want me to do it, I'll come back. I'll come back and I will do the interview. Now, don't forget, we have another podcast called Polite Conversations with myself, Kayla, and Amanda that we are also doing. But those require a hell of a lot less editing and a hell of a lot less work. We just come in and talk. And when we started that one, we went ahead and recorded probably 2 months worth of content. So those are ones that we can just kind of air and let them go. But with this one, I do my research on my bands. I handpick the bands that I want to play. Because as anybody knows, the music that I play on this show, I haven't played a song on here that I haven't reached out to a band and said, hey, can I play your music? Because that's what this was about. This was about letting the bands know that you are top priority and you are important. The music, the art you make, I want to play that on my show. Not for me, but for you. You deserve more followers. You deserve more listens. And honestly, you deserve to get paid a hell of a lot more than what Spotify is offering. I don't offer that. I wish I could. I wish I could pay the bands that I played. That'd be amazing. But that's not in the cards right now. What is in the cards is for me to take a break. And that's pretty much where I'm putting this announcement in this episode. And again, I'm playing bands that I haven't played before, that I just have not got to, because there's so many of you out there sending me music, and it's hard to go through. But I love it. So yeah. So where were we at on this? We were, here we go. Here's some guys that I've interviewed and gone and seen them live, and they are such an awesome band. Good dudes too. Again, all good dudes, and they're on tour right now. I believe as I'm recording this, I know they're on tour. As far as when this airs, they might still be. But this is YOUSleep Signals with Fearless. And you know, isn't that the way we should all be whenever we try a new venture or change anything in our lives? Fearless. Face it head on. Here they are.
Getting taller, learned to fly when I was falling.
You know, as I sit here at my cool little desk in front of my little microphone, you know, thinking about all the people that have been a part of this podcast in any way, shape, or form, whether you're listening, you're interacting, you're liking, you're sharing, you're subscribing. I guess I have a subscribe button somewhere. It's just been really fun. I've really enjoyed it. But again, my heart's not in it right now, just due to the amount of time that this really takes. I've got a lot of things I really need to be doing. You know, I'm sitting here looking, and we built this freaking board game table for bands and fans alike to come hang out in the studio, which is still an option. I'm not closing the studio. I'm taking a break from the pit. So if you guys want to come hang out, play some board games, talk music, just listen to some good music, hang out at the bar, take an art class upstairs, you're welcome. You're all welcome, because that's what this place was built for. That's what this whole thing is about. But I can't anymore. I got a lot of stuff going on, and I just don't have the time to focus on these bands. And it hurts. It really does, because I was talking to Amanda at one point. I'm like, damn, I'm still doing this. I'm still doing it. I'm still having fun. But honestly, I'm not. I'm really not having as much fun as I used to doing this. And it sucks because this was a venture that I jumped in head first and was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. Everybody says I'm crazy because, look, at this point, there are more podcasts than there are listeners of podcasts. Everybody and their brother has a podcast at this point. And it shows. It shows in my numbers. And I know, don't focus on the numbers, don't focus on that. It's hard not to. Because I just released one, and, you know, you drop one, you get 20 or 30 likes on Instagram. I don't even count Twitter anymore because Twitter's trash. Facebook does everything in their power to push down anything like this because it's supposed to be a friends and family or some bullshit ass platform. Zuck has totally ruined that one. Elon's ruined Twitter, and social media is crap anyway. Algorithm sucks, and if you're fighting against the algorithm, you're already fighting a losing battle. So when I look at numbers, when I don't intentionally look at the numbers, but I look at how many likes did it get, how many plays did it get, how many, you know, I want to know, because if I can change anything and make things better, I need to know. But every time I post anything on Instagram, I get 400 bots talking about some promoted on blah, 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 promoted on blah, blah, blah. I don't know. No, bug off my page, because I'm done. And the shows that I do drop, they don't really get a lot. I think the last one, and these guys, you know, I had a really fun interview with them, but it didn't translate well to 10 likes. I mean, that's not even worth posting. That's just, I don't know. I mean, what do I do? What do I do? Because I realize that me taking off for however long this break's going to last, it's going to hurt my numbers. I'm not going to deactivate any of the pages. If they get deactivated due to inactivity, that's different. I'm just not going to focus on it. And maybe come next year, I'll come back with a clear head and say, you know what? Let's do this. Because I know the bands are going to have some kick-ass music out. and they're going to be sending me emails talking about, hey man, I need you to play this track. And I'm going to say, you know what? They still want me. They still want me there. I'll go back. But if that doesn't happen, maybe this is goodbye. Maybe it is. And it's kind of funny looking at the names of the songs that I picked for this episode. So if you're bored and you're listening to this, number one, you shouldn't be bored, but go look at the names and you'll kind of see a, I don't know if it's a trend. I don't know if it's a message. I don't know if it's just the way things fall, but the names are really cool to look through and considering what this show is. So anyway, where are we at? Where are we at on my long list of records here? Oh, this one fits perfect right here. This is Bad Beginnings. Thanks for nothing.
Yeah! You said, look what you're giving up. When you're giving up on us, is it really giving up if I was never good enough? Well, I'm better off now, and I know that makes you sad. I hope you're looking back, reminded of all we had. Held on till there's nothing left, lost all of my self-respect. It's been a long time coming. Goodbye, thanks for nothing. Goodbye, thanks for nothing. You're coming down, so I'm coming clean. Twisting my words between your teeth. It was love until you lied. Now I hate where we reside. Put your name in every story I write, but you can't even meet my eyes. From the details you don't bother to hide, but can't even sleep at night. Held on till there's nothing left, lost all of my self-respect. It's been a long time coming. Goodbye, thanks for nothing. Look what you're giving up. It's taken so long for me to erupt. Look what you've done to me. It's taken this long for me to see you build me up, just to tear me down. You've been both the best and worst of me. The best and worst of me. Could you just give me a minute to think rationally? Held on till there's nothing left, lost all of my self-respect. It's been a long time coming. Goodbye, thanks for nothing. Goodbye, thanks for nothing. Like a phoenix rising over new horizons, feeding from that old inferno glow. Don't let the paralyzing panic fill your eyes. If we overcome the pain, we will grow. Forever humbling the path I chose, like running through the desert with my eyes held open. We measure suffering in ways they'll never know. The awful pain of lacerations that were self-imposed. I suppose I wouldn't have it any other way. Like a phoenix rising over new horizons, feeding from that old inferno glow. Don't let the paralyzing panic fill your eyes. If we overcome the pain, we will grow. The gloom of winter left us spinning away.
spring awoke to find us tampering steel. The summer heat impugned the meaning of it all. Anxiety is creeping, but the winner takes it all. Run or crawl. You decide which side of the line you're gonna fall. Like a phoenix rising over new horizons, feeding from that old infernal glow. Don't let the paralyzing panic fill your eyes. If we overcome the pain, we will grow.
No loss is only lesson, and we feel it brings redemption. That place is a place that people think that they used to love. Like holiday, the idiot is taking time and wonder why they always get left behind. If we overcome the
Like a phoenix rising over new horizons, feeding from that old infernal glow. Don't let the paralyzing panic fill your eyes. If we overcome the pain, we will grow.
That was Overcome from Major Movement. The next band we've got is another band that's been with me for a long time. I had them actually play a couple of our hometown festival things, and they were the loudest band at Homespun one year, and it was amazing. You could hear them clear across town, and that was something different because Homespun, as anybody knows from this Rock Mart hometown, they usually go with safe music. They go with safe country, blues, little bit of rock, but more on the soft side. They don't do a lot of loud. Yeah, I'm the one who put in the metal band, and yeah, it was fun. I loved seeing the reception that they got because it was better than what most people would think in a small little country hick town. Because you'd think, oh no, it's metal, it's loud, we don't want to hear that. Actually, they got a really good response. Granted, there were a couple of venues around here that wanted to book them, but they never actually did because that's just the way we do things around here. We go, yeah, I love you. I'd love to have you to play over here at blah, 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 and we'd love to have you. And nothing ever comes of it because, well, why not, Anyway, here's Concrete SuperGun with Answer to the Flame.
The male tortoise will then submerge the front half of his body, lifting the hind legs high into the air, revealing an enormous reproductive organ that can be up to half of his body in length. Experts agree that this is a
searching for your absolution. Knowing it's not there to find, and it breaks your heart, your heart.
play those guys. Just loud, gets you energetic. Yeah. So that is this show. That was the episode that I wanted to air as episode 210, the last Mosh Pit episode, at least for now. Don't know if I'm coming back. I know I'm not leaving for good, but this needs to be done. I need a break. I know you guys see it every week. You see it, and it passes like, I don't know. It comes and it goes, and we're off to the next thing. So this is my swan song, I guess, for now. I will be back. I'll be back at some point. I just don't know when yet. So you guys have been great. All the people who've listened to this podcast, all the models, and everybody who's bought T-shirts and who's modeled the T-shirts. I love all of you. All of you are amazing. But I've got to focus on me for a little while. I have focused on a lot of things in the past couple of years, and I really need to refocus on me. I need to get my head back in the game. I need to get a couple of things accomplished that I really want to do, and honestly, I can't do it while I'm trying to push this podcast as hard as I've been pushing, because you know as well as I do, I don't just put these things out there. I'm promoting them as best I can. I'm, for free, because I'm not spending money on this nonsense. But it comes down to, I need to walk away. That's what's going to be best. I mean, again, there's no script for this show. I'm just shooting from the hip on this one, and you guys, y'all know that. You can tell when I script something, and you can tell when I'm actually speaking from the heart and saying exactly what I need to say. And I am doing that today. Again, I didn't want to be here today. I did not want to come down to the studio and record this episode. Number one, I did not want to get back in a car after 12 hours on the road yesterday. It's not anything that's going to change, because I have been in talks with my current job, and we're trying to move me to a more desk position, but it does not seem to be in a hurry, because we sat down and talked about this in February. It is now September when this airs. It is also August when I'm recording it, and still I am on the road for 12 hours a day, and that's not just here and there either. That's pretty much every week. There's a chance every day, Monday through Friday, that I am going to travel at least 3 hours in one direction. That's half a day, dude. That's half a day spent on the road. And more so if there's a wreck, because you know as well as I do, if you're headed out 20 to Augusta or 75 to anywhere past Macon, you're going to get stuck in traffic. It's funny, James called me a couple weeks back. He had gone to Florida, and he called me. He's like, I don't understand how you do this all the time. I was like, why? He's like, well, I'm on my way home, right? And traffic just stops. And we were stuck in traffic for over an hour, and when we got up there was nothing there. I was like, oh, you're in McDonough? He goes, how'd you know? I was like, because I make that drive all the time. I was like, I know where the stops are, and you're going to come to a complete, utter stop, and there's going to be nothing when you get past it. It's not a wreck. It's just the sheer amount of people in this frickin' town, city, state, southern region, whatever you want to call it, because, hell, going down 27 to Tallahassee is not exactly fun. It's a little less trafficy, but I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out on traveling. I'm burnt out on going places, and right after this episode airs, I'm going to be headed out to Texas for a week. But then I'm on vacation, and I can recoup and say, woohoo, I'm back. But as of right now, this needs to happen. I can't keep doing this. I can't, again, not scripted, so I'm repeating what I said a minute ago. Shit. You know what? Let's end this here. You guys have been awesome. I love every freaking one of you. You've all been there for me. And I'm hoping, I hope if ever you need me, I'm here. And let's go out with something loud. This is Fatal Conceit from Nightmare. Well, no, it's not. This is Nightmare from Fatal Conceit. I'll get it right in a minute. Are you still here? You heard the outro music. You heard the goat. You heard the mosh pit that signals the end of the show, and you're still here? Look at you. You knew something was coming, didn't you? I'm throwing this bonus song on because 10's a nice round number, but you know we don't do things like that at the mosh pit. We do odd numbers, and we do random things just to make you guys smile, make you guys laugh, and make you guys headbang. So here's your bonus track. This is River City Rejects with Safeplace.
Skinny dip the look.